I'm back with another triggering topic. Love is Blind, Germany. I want to talk about it. Now, this will be filled with spoilers, so to understand this video, you've got to have already watched the full season and the reunion. So please watch that first and then come back to this video.
Thoughts on the Love is Blind Germany reunion? Hani was bullied. Justice for Hani, that's what I think.
The Love is Blind Germany reunion was absolutely chaotic, and the treatment of one particular cast member was absolutely shocking and disgusting to me. Now, I am by no means a huge fan of Hani. I think this girl definitely has her faults, and I think she definitely leaned into the flirtations initiated by Ilias. However, she did not deserve to get the amount of hate that she got on the reunion. It honestly even felt that the hosts were ganging up on her, which was odd. I don't know if it's jealousy or if these people are just blaming the woman as people usually do.
In this clip, they're saying that everyone is jealous of Hani. That's pretty much it. Now, before I say what I'm about to say about Hani, let me say this first. I personally thought that Hani was a diva when I first saw her. I liked how she was putting it on for TV. I liked the diamonds on her teeth. I liked her style. I'm not a hater, so I always love to see women shine how they want to. Now, here's what you may or may not like. I'm going to say that first, but then I'm going to bring it back around. I promise. So have faith in me. Just listen and let me cook before you comment, okay? But after they got out of the pods, I realized that even though Hani said that she didn't want to only be valued for her looks, she seemed to only want to be valued for her looks. She seemed to really want people to drop to their knees and act like she was Helena Troy or something like that. And that was very weird to me. And then what was also weird is that she gets on a show called Love is Blind, still being extremely focused on looks. And really, that should have told everyone what type of time she was on, off top. And you know, this video is for people who study people. And don't just take them at face value, what they say. They look deeper. Body language, expressions, energy, all of that. If you're not that type of person, this video is you're probably not going to get it. Now, I have no problem with women who dress sexy. But you could tell that she dresses sexy to push the envelope and for attention. And, you know, she also mentioned that she doesn't want to be controlled, which is cool. I understand that. But it doesn't seem that she is prepared to consider the feelings of her partner whatsoever. And she's going to shame whatever partner that she has for having any opinions or any feelings on what she does or doesn't do or who she tries to present as, whatever. That's just my opinion. And, you know, as far as it comes to Daniel, I do feel like Daniel thought that she is very beautiful and he liked her a lot. And he was determined to do anything to make her happy. And I want women to understand that is what a man does when he really likes you and he's really invested in you. You know, but, you know, in my opinion, you can tell that Hani is a woman that has been hurt and she has not healed. I don't care what anyone says. She has not healed. She is still angry with her ex or even at men in general. I don't know. But I think that's definitely part of the reason why she cannot say that she loves a man. She cannot open up. And, you know, I think that that's also why she was talking badly about Daniel, a man who was clearly bending over backwards to cater to her. And in my opinion, I do think that she came on the show to get a following and to be seen. I do think that. And I don't think that she really likes or cares for Daniel. I do, however, think that she's using him for his kindness and his emotional support, and she will continue to use him. She will continue to use him as long as he allows himself to be used. Now, once again, I do think that she's an attractive girl with nice style. Do I think that she's attractive as she thinks she is? No. Do I think that she's attractive as everyone else is saying? No. You know, but, and also when you act so arrogant and like an egomaniac that wants their ego stroked every time you step in a room, that's a bit off-putting. And that's where she lost me personally. But, Ilias, I have no idea why they didn't tear that man to pieces in the reunion. I have no idea why he was not completely eviscerated. They had no problem addressing Hani. Ilias definitely would have left Alina in 2.2 seconds if Hani would have told him yes. All she would have had to do is say, jump, and he would have been right there. He was way more attracted to Hani, and he wanted her so bad. Definitely settled for Alina. And, I also found his comments about sex all the time disgusting. Like, you just met this girl. You are not entitled to her body. And the fact that you actively want and are craving another woman and you're still playing games with Alina and talking about sex is just so repulsive to me. Not to mention, respectfully, he was so ugly and so funny looking. Like actively, sitting there acting like he even had the right or audacity to choose another woman based off of looks, looking like that. Like, how freaking dare you? Seriously. You're already fortunate that anyone chose you and didn't run off during the reveal. But I'll say that Ilias got lucky. And I'm going to tell you why. Because he got a goofy heifer that will always attack the other woman before she makes him accept any type of accountability. And that's problematic. Because if an attractive blonde gets in Ilias's DMs because of his so-called fame from Love is Blind, and she throws it to him, offers it up on a platter, and he finds her truly attractive, or she's just as attractive as he thinks Hani is, or better, I'm going to tell you right now, he will either cheat on Alina or dip and leave her altogether. He was just so gross. Like I said, his behavior was gross, and he really needed to be addressed. For sure, he definitely got away with murder, but a lot of times women and men will protect men who are in the wrong, and that's just the way it is, and they will drag women for filth, though. I mean, that's just an unfortunate symptom of the patriarchy. But let me say that Alina was completely stupid. She was. She's sitting there holding this man's hand as if he didn't do her worse than Hani did. And I'm not saying that Hani was right, flirting with her man and pumping his head up, because she knew exactly what she was doing. I really think that Hani gets off on men being attracted to her and, thinking she's the star of the show, even if she doesn't like the man. The man's validation of her, so-called beauty and appeal, that's enough for her, And I really do think that that is why she was dressing very provocatively, because she wanted to get a reaction, because she wanted to get attention. She wanted these men to make her feel as if she was the prettiest girl there, that she looked better than all the ladies there. That was just my opinion, But if we really want to call a spade, Hani didn't owe Alina anything, nothing at all. She didn't owe her loyalty. That is and was her man's job. It was his job to not really acknowledge Hani, other than a courteous hello. It was Ilias's job to make Hani question what she thinks of herself, because he was acting so loyal to Alina. Like he only saw her, like she was the most beautiful woman in the room. He should have had Hani wondering with his behavior, do I really look cute today? Because Ilias isn't checking for me at all. Like, he's not even acting like he thinks I'm attractive. Like, all he's doing is looking for Alina. He's looking at Alina. That's what he should have done. That's what a good man does, truthfully. And, for Alina to strictly be mad at Hani and not at her man, that is textbook pick-me behavior. But, I knew she was a pick-me when she accepted all of that playing in her face that Ilias was doing. Goofy, goober behavior, period. The only person that she should have really been coming at was Ilias. But instead of tearing him up, she rewarded him with her. And that has already taught him that she cares about him more than she cares about her self-respect. And that's where she messed up. You can never make a man feel like he is more important to you than you are. You know what I mean? And please believe me, his disloyalty will rear its ugly head again. They only been married a year. I trust and believe me. His disloyalty has not gone anywhere. Maybe he just hasn't run across a woman that he thinks is that bad that has turned his head. But trust me, she gonna have problems with him. You know what I'm saying? She is. And unfortunately, I'm not saying that I put this on her, but it's just a fact. She will be sorry at the end of this. Trust and believe me, she will be. They're not going to go the long haul. He doesn't have the character to do so. Now, with all of that being said, right, all of these white tea women that y'all saw, and it's a whole lot more, making videos about Honey being bullied. You know, oh, she's being bullied. Why are they getting on her? She's crying. She's crying. She's crying. Those are those white tea woman tears. And, you know, it was crazy because I really see this type of phenomenon of white tea woman tears when they are dead wrong for something and being called out on it. I really see it as a cultural problem where y'all don't take accountability for what y'all do. Y'all lie to yourselves, or you get exposed for bad behavior and then you cry as a distraction. And then y'all really believe y'all own BS from y'all tears. Like, it's so crazy. I can see why like black people was getting unalive because of y'all fake tears and fake crying and all of that stuff. And it's just like, it's scary to me. It's scary to me how like that goes against all ethnicities. Like, y'all do this everywhere, like all around the world. It's, I don't know. It's scary. Like, you know, anyway, let me just say this because my mind is just blown from this. Like, really, I just say that lady was not bullied. Honey was not bullied. She got called out for what she was doing, period. Three people said that she was saying bad stuff about Daniel, supposedly her man, ex-man, her friend with benefits, whatever you want to call it, behind his back. And they had no problem saying it out loud on TV in front of all parties. So you know she said it. And let's just say you say, well, I don't believe Ilias and I don't believe Alina. Well, then why would Jen say it too? And stop it. It isn't because Jen was jealous of her. It had nothing to do with that because Jen is not bad looking at all. You know, Jen just presents it a different way. You know, Honey is cute, but she ain't all of that y'all trying to say. You know what? I feel like some women were just glazing her because like she's cool, but stop the games. Like, I don't feel like she's any prettier than Jen. I just think that, you know, sometimes you got women that wear the hair extensions like Honey. They got hair extensions. They wearing clothes like this or that, more fancy clothes. And of course, it's going to present differently because that person is putting it on a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, you could tell by the look on Honey's face that all three of them were not lying. She said exactly that. That's why she never even said y'all lying. I didn't say none of that. How dare y'all? She just started crying because she was like, oh, shoot. You know what? I did say that. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do to make everybody feel sorry for me? Oh, white tea woman tears activate. It's like a superpower. Like, anyway, I'm just saying, how was it bullying to call her dogging out a man that's supposed to be her man behind his back, dogging him out behind his back for being too supportive, calling him a puppy, calling him a loser, when Daniel has been nothing but nice to her? And y'all, like I said, anybody that believes that lady didn't say that stuff, you a fool. You a fool. You know what? And I got some property to sell, y'all. Just Cash at me $20,000 to $protect BW. For real. Because y'all have to look at context clues, right? Because she told this man, when they're supposed to be in the honeymoon stage, mind you, that she needed some space. And she went and just stayed at a hotel. I promise you, and I can speak from experience about this. If you really and truly met your husband and y'all are soulmates and y'all are locked in, and this is right in the beginning, even at the end, but if it's right at the beginning, ain't no way you stand at a hotel. Ain't no way. The connection and the passion in the beginning stages of a relationship, when you are cementing your connection to that person and y'all really getting to know each other, it is absolutely intoxicating. Intoxicating. It's like, oh, I can't even. So I felt like, you know, I feel like all of these white tea women that were defending her They're the same white tea women that be doing bad stuff and then they cry and then they think that that's supposed to absolve them of all accountability. And I'm not here to do that. Nah, she was dead wrong. And I actually feel sorry for Daniel. I really feel bad for him because he done sat there and heard everyone tell him that she's playing him. And he already said they're not together, but then he said they aren't just friends, but they're not together either. But I know this, and he knows that if Hani wanted to be exclusive and marry him, he would do it in a second. So she is controlling everything. She holds all the cards. And it's clear that she doesn't really want that man, you know? So I can't want more for someone than they want for themselves. You know, I feel bad for them, yes. But if you allow yourself to be played with, I can't help you, dog. You know, everybody's already told you the deal. You just ignoring it. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to the next. Shella has to be one of the most goofiest women of all times. Really. She is the type of woman that constantly makes the same mistakes and choices in men over and over and over again, and then wonder why she always gets played and always gets dogged out. Oh, I hate men. Oh, they keep doing me because you keep choosing the same type of man, goofball. You sat up there and asked the man how he felt about you. Wrong, wrong, wrong. I say this all the time, and I mean it. Men are not stupid. They're not. I don't care what y'all say. Men are not stupid. If he felt a way about you, he would have said it. He would have said it to you. You would not have had to ask him. When a man wants you and when a man is stepping about you, he don't make you. You do not question it. I'm telling you, that man, Pascal, all he wanted was a free vacation and some more screen time. So he wrote that stupid letter and gassed her head up with pretty lies because he knew that you were a lick. He knew that you were stupid. He didn't even say it with his voice. He wrote a letter. And the letter was in direct opposition with the energy he was given. And I say this all the time. You cannot trust a man's words. You cannot. You can only trust a man's actions. His actions was telling you that he wasn't into you, right? That's why you was asking for, confirmation or asking for him to give you some type of reassurance. But he wrote you a letter and told you everything your goofy behind wanted to hear. Ridiculous. And the fact that she strung Fabio along when she knew that she prefers the men that are going to stomp on her feelings and not pour into her is wild. Like, you not being attracted to a man that told you how much he liked you to being attracted to a man that won't even tell you that at all. That's pure insanity. Like, what? And, I don't have much to say about Shella other than she was a goofball with clearly low self-esteem. And anyone with half a brain could see that she was on the fast track to getting played with, which is exactly what happened. And I don't understand because Shella is an attractive woman. But, there is something broken inside of her that she needs to fix before she can ever hope to attract a healthy, marriage-minded man that's going to treat her with the respect that she deserves. Now let's move forward. Toga. He looks like one of those mafia movie villains. And I hate to really judge a book by the cover, but, I knew he wasn't no good off top. I just knew it, the way he was talking, the way he presented himself, and I'm watching it on the dub. So I'm just looking, at his eyes and the way he's carrying himself, and I already knew he wasn't no good. He had a slick back hair. I knew it. And, even though he was built like a dishwasher with the skinny legs and the big back, for some reason he thought he was all of that. And I don't know why. And I'll say this, I think that his dark hair and light eyes, they look nice. I always think that that's an elite combo in white tea people. When they got the dark hair, I'm talking about black hair, and they got really light eyes, maybe ice blue, blue green, something like that. I think that always looks it's like a big contrast. It looks pretty cool. But, other than the dark hair and the eyes, he was below average in my opinion. He wasn't attractive at all to me. And, he definitely wasn't looking good enough to say, oh, me and Honey, we are always judged for our good looks. Sir, you are not included. You are not included. You are a bald-headed booty head with a toupee glued to the front of your forehead. Did anyone see that? Like, did y'all see that this man was wearing either a toupee or hair plugs? But it was something. I think it was a toupee, though, because I thought I saw the lace several times. It was definitely a toupee, in my opinion. Now, I don't know if I'm able to spot out things like this because I used to be a hairstylist, but it is very obvious that that man was wearing a piece. And, not that that's a problem, but you know what I'm saying. Where are you getting arrogance from, Baldy? And Toga, he really made me mad. He really made me mad playing with Sheila like that. You know what I'm saying? She had already said that she had been hurt and that she had a wall up. And I could tell that she yearned to find a man that she could let her guard down with. Because women that are often abrasive or have a very big guard up or are often super sweet and nurturing and caring, they will be that way, if you can break those walls down. And I know this personally because my first marriage, I've already said, was horrific. It was horrific. And so I had big time walls up, and my husband, who I'm with now, he took his time to break them down because I was like, nah. I had a fortress up there. So I can understand and recognize a woman that is only trying to protect herself. And, she did attempt to lower her guard with Toga. And, it's sad because when she did that, he didn't handle her with care. He just hurt her. And he started getting smart with her and being disrespectful and acting like he was a prize, talking about you being suffocated. What you talking about? Y'all on vacation. Like, where's she supposed to be at? You want her to go sit somewhere on the beach? And what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And I don't even understand why he wanted to treat her this way. But I could tell that, even with his mistreatment of her, she was trying to hold on. She was trying to hold on. And I saw her, shrinking herself to try to make things work with him. And that made me really, really sad. I definitely felt for Sheila. And, but I will say this, I think she did good at the reunion, tearing him up, reading him, exposing him, and letting the world know how trifling of a man that he was. Like, who the heck kicks down a child's sandcastle? That sounds like a movie. That man is a real life villain. But like I said, I ain't never in my life seen no white tee man with the slick back, the toupee, wearing all black, that wasn't some type of villain. Like, what are we talking about? Like, sometimes your outside matches your inner, okay? But, if I was Sheila, I would have said, I can't believe you was out here trying to play with me. And you got a fake piece of goat hair stuck to your forehead, capping, acting like you ain't got a head as shiny as a baby's bottom underneath that goat hair hat. Like, boy, I'd be like, take off that fake hair and let us see the real you. Let us see. I'm telling you, like, my mouth is vicious if you play with me. So it would have been like something crazy. For real. Honestly, it is like, let me not even get into that. I was about to say my mouth get crazy, but I think y'all already know. So, next thing I want to talk about Fabio and Alberta. Fabio, he messed up. He chose Shella, and she was the wrong choice. Shella strung him along. She played with his feelings. I don't care what nobody say. I think that she played with this man's feelings on purpose because she wanted to have a plan B. And, with that, I think that she may have made Fabio miss out on a connection that may have worked for him, possibly with Alberta. Who knows? But, I'm going to tell you that I appreciate that Alberta stood on business, because you don't get to come to me after you get played and then think you're going to use me as your number two. Nah, son, this ain't that. Keep it pushing. I'm number one, always number one. And if I'm not your number one, then you can get gone, period. Because Alberta is stunning and she's young. Girl, she can find a man that will make her the number one priority. She just gotta, wait her turn. That's it. And, I love the fact that when he told her she wanted to try something, that he wanted to try something and he wanted to entertain something between the two of them, that she just said, oh, I appreciate that, but no, baby, no. Like, see ya, bye-bye. Like, I was like, get it, girl, because that's what I would have did. You would never double back on me. I don't care what you say. I don't care if when y'all went on them little vacations, you said that she was actually an alien disguise. She was one of them lizard people. She just unzipped her costume and then popped out like, hey, I'm a lizard. I don't care. I would have been like, sorry about that. Y'all just gonna have to have some lizard babies because, baby, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. You could get gone. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let me keep moving forward. Can I tell y'all something? For real. Y'all listen, are we family? Cool. Marcel has crazy eyes. Period. He has a deep trauma that he is not healed from, and it is very obvious. It is very evident. And I feel like when I see him, he gives me ticking time bomb. And this is just my opinion. He gives me ticking time bomb. And, I also ain't about to be with no man who feels like he wants to shame me for being happy. You want to shame me for being happy and bubbly and loving life and wanting to talk? If you don't get your miserable behind away from me, like what? Like, nah, that's such a weird thing to complain about. And, I think that he has trauma from being in foster care. And I understand that. And I acknowledge that that's a terrible thing to have to endure, because he was saying that they told, his brothers and stuff and him that they were nothing more than foster kids. And I understand that that could be traumatizing. I'm not saying anything to take away from his experience about that. But I do think that that has shaped how he behaves. Because you heard always people say, oh, he has a temper. Of course he does. Because he has unresolved trauma and it's written all over his face. And I really think that he was just trying to control himself in front of the cameras, but I don't trust him. And I felt for Jen, because you could see her keep trying to alter herself and compromise for him, but it didn't seem like he was doing the same. And I think that they were just highly incompatible, like for real. And I'm glad that Jen got away from him so that she can shine like her true self again. Ain't nothing wrong with being a happy girl. Ain't nothing wrong with being bubbly and lively. Ain't nothing wrong with being a chatterbox. You know what I'm saying? I be talking all the time. My husband just be listening. He be like, yeah, he just be listening. So, lastly, but let's move forward. Lastly, Medina. I feel like, I don't know if y'all gonna agree with me, but I feel like he a weirdo. I really do. And like the whole reveal thing, like his behavior was just so strange. Like, first of all, sir, you have lock extensions as a man, like in your hair. You have those like little gold bangles that I put in my daughter's braids. Like when I braid their hair up, like a lady, that was very off-putting. And I just feel like he's the last person that should be so vague. And, when he was out there and he was acting all weird and he kept on laughing. And even when she said to him, hey, laughing is making me feel insecure, he laughed again. I was too through. And, I'll say this, y'all. I have pretty high self-esteem. I do. I ain't even gonna cap to y'all. But if and when I came out to reveal myself to a man that had not seen me before, and I was like really feeling him, I'm thinking he might be my soulmate, and he laughed at me like that, I would feel bad too. And I would have anxiety, and I would feel like he thought that I was unattractive. And that probably would hurt my feelings. And I would have dipped out too, like Sally did. I would have dipped out. You know what I'm saying? But, I do think that Sally already knew, in my opinion, that she was not attracted to Medina. I don't think that she was ever attracted to Medina, but she was trying to see if love was truly blind. And I think that she was willing to entertain him, even though, she didn't find him attractive. That's just my opinion. I can't say for sure because I'm not Sally, but that's all I'm saying. And I also think that Sally, she wants a man that's going to take charge and be romantic and really tell her how he feels. But it doesn't seem like Medina is that type of man. And respectfully, this is just my opinion. Y'all can tell me if y'all think I'm wrong or not. But if you are respectfully an unattractive man, like if you know that you don't have a lot going on the look side, you don't have a lot going on the body side, then you have to make sure as a man that your personality is on point. Because women will give men that don't look that good a chance if they really got a lot going on that's great personality-wise. Like, so, and you have to be very in tune to the woman, that is giving you a chance. You have to be in tune to her. You have to find out what her love language is and do that. You have to be romantic. You have to compromise for her, et cetera, et cetera. And, when they were talking about, would he move to Hamburg, and he was really acting like he was the man, like he held all the cards. And I'm just thinking like, sir, that woman is barely there. Like, she's 2 steps away from the door. So you need to be, if you want her, you need to be compromising to whatever this lady say, because she's got 1 foot out the door. But, I just think that it was a very strange pairing, but I understand that they couldn't see each other. But even while they were talking, I still felt like it was a weird vibe between them. So I can totally understand why they are not together. I don't know. It just feels like, I don't know. But I'll say this. It feels like he would be with her. It does. I think he would still be with her right now. But it also feels to me that she has completely friend-zoned him. That's how I feel. And, that's probably the best move for Sally, because that's not your husband. I don't think so. I don't think that's your soulmate. I don't think that's your husband. I don't think that should be your man. I am happy, however, he took the lock extensions out his head. He looked much better with a low cut. Still not attracted to me, but he looked much better. But Sally, you'll be all right, sis. You're also very pretty. Anyway, in closing, for Hani and all the white tea women with the white tea tears, Hani was not being bullied. She was not. She was being held accountable. Should they have held Ilias accountable too? Absolutely. And that's where everybody messed up. You know what I'm saying? That's where they messed up. And that is disgusting. Now, that part is gross. Now, y'all got something, y'all can say, yeah, y'all made a point with that. But she wasn't being bullied. But y'all did make a point on why didn't nobody address Ilias, because they should have. And you know what? And one more thing I think they did wrong is I don't understand why the host read mean tweets to Hani. Like, that was actually insane. Why would y'all sit there and read mean tweets to this lady? Y'all said that everybody liked her. So after she got torn up, why didn't y'all read some positive comments? Or at least mix them up, positive and negative. Like, why would y'all do? Why would y'all do that? That was crazy. So I have to admit myself that was mean. I would have never done that. But, I still hope that Hani realizes that I hope she realizes that she was in the wrong. She was. And I hope she realizes her bad behavior. And I hope she realizes how she has hurt Daniel. And, because you could actually, in my opinion, if you watch the reunion, you can see his heart actively breaking. Like, you can see that the things that everybody told him was hurtful, that he's hurt inside and he really cares about this girl. You can see even when she told him no at the altar, like, I could literally see this man's heart breaking. Like, it was painful to watch. Like, I really felt bad. I really felt bad for him. And I think that Hani needs to decide to either keep Daniel in her life as her man, not as her friend, as her man. Or she needs to dump him and stop stringing him along. Don't be his friend. Don't be friends with benefits. Don't be none of that. You either make him your man or leave him alone so that he can find somebody else. Because it is clear that he is not going to break things off himself. He's not. He was still sitting there rubbing her back and comforting her while he was getting all the tea that she's been talking about him badly behind his back. Just sad. But boy, I gotta say one more time, those white tea woman tears are something vicious, boy. The world will stop. Okay. when those white tea woman tears start flowing, and I think I'm jealous about that, because when a black woman cries, when there's some black woman tears, there is none of that. It's like, this is what we hear. Oh, you should have known better, heifer. Don't cry now. Shut up. Before I give you something to cry about for real. Like, you know what I mean? Boy. It ain't funny. But I'm going to laugh to keep from crying. Okay? Anyway, for real. I digress, y'all. If you watch this whole video and you watch my whole rundown about Love is Blind Germany, I really do appreciate that, y'all. Because you're a real one. Because these are just my thoughts, But anyway, if you watch this whole video and you enjoyed it, please do me a favor and drop a 111 in the comments down below, just to let me know that you enjoyed it, you watched the whole video in its entirety, because it'll let me know how long I should keep making these videos. Do you like these longer ones, or should I go back to the shorter format of like 5 to 8 minutes? Because I really need to know that, for real. Because it takes me a long time to edit these longer videos. So if y'all ain't really want them, y'all not really messing with them, I'll go back to the 5 to 8 minute, time frame. But anyway, yeah. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, that's no problem at all. Just do your girl a free favor. It won't cost you nothing at all. Just follow your girl on TikTok while it is still here. I do live stream there exclusively, and I will be doing that until TikTok is gone, or if it is gone. So also, follow me on YouTube. I do most of my business on YouTube. Sometimes I live stream on YouTube too. It's just like random times I do that. But I do that every now and again as well. But I also upload my TikTok live streams to YouTube, so you're not missing nothing. And also make sure that you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new uploads. Subscribe. Also, if you become a member, just so that you know, you'll get access to my videos early. So when I do multiple uploads, and I'm pretty sure that this video that you're hearing right now will probably be included in my multiple uploads, then, you'll get it early. You'll see it before anybody else, and you can see all of them right away. So if you want to, but if not, like I said, it doesn't matter, because you watching the video, you just watching it is support enough for me, and you taking the time to listen to me out of your day when you could be doing literally anything else. It means the world to me. It really does. I love y'all so much. But yeah, so please drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.